I'm half asleep today, so I apologize in advance. Today might quite be miserable. I think I need more removal spells. I have 7 that cost, sorry, 9 that cost 2 mana or less, but like, I feel like I never have one. I just always want one. Whatever. I'm gonna let him kill this thing. He actually gets to increase the mana off of it, but it's good for my Beaumonts. I only have one Incendiary flow in the deck anyway, so it's not like that thing is going to be a problem at some point. You can play a Catacomb Sifter now, but if he has a Catacomb Sifter, like whether he plays it now or whether he plays it next turn, doesn't really change much. I'm still screwed. What's up, James? Shouldn't you be in bed? You got Magic to play today. Alright, well, I guess I can't attack. You mean the latest? I've not been to bed. This is late for me. Oh, that's a Catacomb Sifter. Can't possibly win. Can't possibly win. This match is pretty good versus Mono Red. I may. Unconfirmed. Depends on whether the guy's coming to trade with me or not. Oh, well, that's a good draw. I have things that just kill that, though. Sure. Sure. Literally just can't possibly win. At some point, they will draw a Whistle Abbey and I'll get wrecked. If George is coming to trade with me, I'll definitely be there. If George isn't coming to trade with me, I don't really know. I hate that the playmat says Mastermind across it, so. Nah. Well, I have to get this out of my hand, so. Might as well get the one that stops him from scrying because I'm sacking the Beaumont. Yep, at least it's 2 more creatures, even though one of them doesn't do anything. If he doesn't draw a Westville Abbey or a Duskwatch Recruiter, the entire game we have a chance. Alright. So I can't attack with this? Unless I use this pre-combat? And using this to kill any of these 4 things seems blah. So like, thinking about just throwing it at this guy? Throwing it at this guy doesn't do anything either. I guess I just kill this one. If I just kill this one, I lose this. Eh, might as well get some value. Killing that doesn't do anything. Might as well make this thing smaller forever. If he finds a Westville, I just lose. Attack with those, let him eat this guy and then replay that. Nah. Don't care too much about the Kalzev. He can't eat the Kalzev and kill this, so I guess this works out the same. Don't know what's in his hand, but there's a good chance I wouldn't block one turn just to see if I get a Westville. I guess he knows the top card of his library though, so. Alright, nice. Well, this is the block I wanted him to make. Yeah, he's changing his mind now because he can't block the Beaumont. So either way, the Kalzev still lives, which is fun. Well, a Collective Defiance would be a very good card. Double Cutthroat from that spot. Well, that was an insane draw. That was insane, friends. We're screwed. So I need a way to kill that, and I need a way to kill both of those? Well, it doesn't seem like that's very likely. Pretty sure I can pick them up. Oh, cool. It gets worse. I just don't really have outs here, do I? Don't really have outs. He didn't stall on lands or anything, which is something that his deck's very prone to do. He just had 3 creatures on top of his library last turn too, which was exactly where he needed them. I like how he only loses 1 point of damage. Yep. Not looking good. I'm not convinced I'm dead though. Like, he could brick off like 2 turns in a row and I just draw a Collective D and it'd be enough. Apparently I did bad math somewhere. It'd be nice if he just bricks one time. Alright, well that was a brick. He's got a land on top of his library. So maybe he'll brick again. Oh, that was a good draw too. If he bricks again, we actually have a chance now. I'm dead on board if he sees it. Like, if he blocks right, I'm just dead. I have no out though, so might as well see if he makes some kind of weird mistake. He literally just has to block in a manner that all 4 of his creatures die and the Ragavan dies. And I'm dead. I'm hellbent, so there's nothing for him to play around. I'm dead like that too. Eh, make him show it to me. He didn't kill me last turn when I was okay. That's our Westvale. I'm fine with that. I'll scoop to the Westvale. He can't mess the Westvale up. I think flyers are good versus his deck in general. Even like the mediocre flyers. Dual shot's probably fine. I think all this removal stuff's just bad. That one removes stuff from the game. I guess it's not bad. Problem is the Falconraft Gorgers are also like real bad. They're never really going to consistently deal damage here. Maybe these are slightly better than them then? But I don't think so. I guess they kill Zulaport Cutthroats, which is something. This match is miserably bad, by the way. I'm not confident that his deck really beats anything else in the format other than my deck. This hand's pretty good. I'll be literally shocked to lose provided I draw one Crasher. I'd be shocked to lose if I draw one land and one Crasher over the next three draw steps. Well, 4 draw steps. Crasher in 3, but... He mulliganed to 5. And drew his best card. Did he mull the top or bottom? I wasn't watching. Top. And he's got a crypto front. That seems strong. Well, boys, it looks like we have gotten what they call nut drawn on. Yep, like I said, looks like we have gotten nut drawn on. That's ridiculous. He can still kill this, but that's fine. It drops him down on 1 mana, and the Kenra actually doesn't do anything at all the rest of this game, so it doesn't matter. We missed our land, by the way. So far. Really need to hit the land next turn. Sideboard is a 24th land in, so kind of hoping we'd have 4 when we had 3 in our opener. If we hit land, we still have a chance. Probably. In land, we probably win. Unless he has a Westvale. If he has a Westvale, we wouldn't. Did you play Friday Night Magic? Alright. Well, that's a bunch of mana. Doesn't affect the current game state, though. Also doesn't affect the current game state. Also doesn't affect the current game state. Oh, I'm going to play the Hazard because he has no creature that I want to kill. What deck did you play? Thought you were going to play Zombros. If he's got a Westvale, I guess we're not dead, but it would certainly be hard. Was it just the three? Was it just Eric, Daniel, and Rob, or was there more? So he put on bottom. So this is a Bond? 5 mana? Is this a Bantu? It's Voldaren Pariah. Okay. That's not bad for me. I don't care about the Hazaret at all. Like, I literally don't care about Hazaret any. Hmm. Still think he's on draw Westvale or lose. So I know there's 10 people there, but how many mono reds into 10 people? I know Daniel, Eric, and Rob, but did anybody else play mono red? He didn't block that. That's great for me. Now Collective Defiance just wins the game. So we have 2 guaranteed outs. Oh, obviously he drew a Westvale on the turn. He had to have it. Obviously, he just top decks the Westvale when I think we play perfectly, and I think he sideboarded in some cards that aren't good versus me at all, and left some cards in his deck that aren't good versus me. Yeah, whatever. Can't beat the top deck Westvale. Well, that's fun. Mulligan to 5, we still lose. Even though we were like a literal year ahead. Wouldn't have lost that game if we hadn't missed land drops over those turns. Story of my life when I played a red deck. If I hit my lands, I win. If I don't, I don't. And I'm playing versus a 0-3. Well, that sounds fun. I'm sure they're going to be happy to play versus mono red at 0 and 3 as well. Again, need to draw some lands. Just always need to draw lands. I have 23, and I kind of want to go to 25 that I have these land issues so much. Well, he doesn't have a good draw. They're playing the teamer build? Wow, and they played an island for their second thing? That's 2 missed land drops. If it's a sweeper, that's bad for me. If it's just like Rogue Refiner, I don't really care. If it's K return, I don't care. I get one of my guys survives K return. Turbo Fog. Okay. Well, that's probably bad for me then. Have 5 points of damage in our hand. Sup, Dumbo? How goes it? Getting crushed. We got paired versus Aristocrats game 1, and they hit Westville Abbey the turn they needed it both games. Well, I guess they probably had an extra turn to get it to one game, but they definitely needed to. They're dead, pretty close to dead on board, if not dead on board, if they didn't get it the second time. But we missed a land drop, so. Assuming he's just going to keep playing a bunch of fogs. Sure. Have a Beaumont with 4 on it, which is more valuable to me than a shock. So, like if he plays a sweeper or something, we'll take our card. He's missing another land drop. Actually, not going to play that mountain because I could draw a desert. Yeah, I'll draw it if he doesn't prevent. I'll combat damage. Alright. I'll play it at the end of turn if he doesn't do anything, of course. So one of the matches that Chandra's very good versus. As we all know, I don't play Chandra, so. Alright, he's done. He ran out of fogs. He's mana screwed and ran out of fogs? Oh. Well, that's nice of him to show us what we have to worry about. What were we going to draw with our 6 cards next turn? That would have been our turn. So we would have played it and he would have been at 2, and then we would have drawn 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd have been pretty sweet. Anyway, I feel like Hazard is decent versus them. I guess they could be playing Fumigate. I don't really know. What's bad versus them? I don't think the braids are any good versus them. So just don't want any of this stuff. What do you do when you don't want any of your cards? Alright, I guess I'll bring this in then. Yeah, it's plenty fine. We have a 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop. If we get lands, we're on the draw. We already have 2, so we have 3 turns to hit to 1 land and 4 turns to hit 2. He's at 5 now. He's at 4 now. Kind of feel bad for him. Alright. They kept their hand, and then they just scoop. Alright. I got a pretty Hazoret from my sideboard so I could try to tell how often I was drawing it. I'm still not sold on 4 being correct, but it's not correct. To battle. Oh, I need to find my phone and upload yesterday's video. We'll worry about that later. We got a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. We have all of our lands. We have none, as usual, we have none of our 9 2-mana removal spells, which I think is pretty vital to draw 1 practically every game. It is definitely. I mean, I can't speak for your local game store because I don't know. I don't know what people play at your store, but it is definitely the best deck in the format. That doesn't mean it's the only playable deck in the format, but it's definitely the best deck in the format in a vacuum. There's a lot of things that can beat it though. Definitely a lot of things that can beat it. It's been a while since I saw Declaration in Stone main deck. Well, that was a good draw. Alright, well, we're just going to attack into it. We don't care. I don't care if I put the Earthshaker and or the Beaumont Courier in the graveyard. Still wish James would listen to me. You need to respond, local dope. We want answers. Yes, we do. Oh, wow, that was amazing. He just wanted the F6, so now our Beaumont Courier lives. I assumed I was sending a Beaumont Courier to its death. Did not send a Beaumont Courier to its death. Pretty excited about that. Alright, well. I'm assuming he's got stuff and things. How many red decks were they there besides Eric, Rob, and Daniel? Local dopes from my local store, by the way. But we did not hit our lands. We've got an extra draw step to hit it and we missed. If he plays like a Blessed Alliance or an Imposing Glare, I played a Gorger. If he... Oh, a Spell Queller? Well, that's good. So, yeah, we're not going to beat his deck without drawing removal spells. We're now 15 cards deep and we haven't drawn any of our 11 removal spells. And we haven't drawn a 4th land. It's pretty insane. I am running very cold tonight. Much code tonight. I assume he's got another Spell Queller. Of course. Yeah, three is a bunch. I didn't even know Jordan owned it. One of my harder matches has been the Black Green Aristocrats deck. There's a lot of building room in that too. Like you can do a lot with the Black Green Aristocrats deck. He's got a third Spell Queller. I don't know how we can possibly win. Wow. I guess I know how we can possibly win. We can draw one of our other 6 mana removal spells that can kill it. Yeah, drawing one of those 6 mana removal spells would be great here. The black-white stockpile decks have all been pretty decent versus it. The Godfarrow's Gifts decks do not beat mono red. Ignore James. I'm gonna play this one first because I'm assuming there's a good chance there's an Avacyn this turn. Who has Hazarets to trade him? Yeah, we assumed that there was an Archangel that turn. Don't know how we beat the triple Spell Queller draw. The problem with Authority of the Councils is even if you run all 4 of them, you have less than a 50% chance to get it in your opening hand, and drawing Authority of the Councils on like turn 3 or 4 is just so bad. I've been a pretty big fan of the Sko Champion, but I think one of the keys to being able to beat mono red is to keep up with them on tempo. You need to really be able to play 2 spells a turn. Yeah, he's got a pretty good draw. I would say his deck is favored versus ours, though. If I'm guessing, I would say the blue-white deck is favored versus us. They have Fraben Inspectors. They have access to good sideboard cards. They have the flying counterspells / removal thingies. They have to have a good match. 4, 6 down to 12, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still got 2 cards in his hand. Probably can't win. Shock might be my best draw step, I'm not sure. If he has a Spell Queller or another counterspell, we're deaf dead. I'm just attacking. I don't care if my things die at this point. I don't get that many more turns. In fact, I get 1 more turn. It's kind of like now or never. He has a Stasis Snare, another Spell Queller. He can just have so many things and the game's over. He has a Walking Ballista. Went ahead and pressed F6, cause I was lazy. Oh, so he has a Stasis Snare and it's just over? Oh no, a Nimble Attritionist and it's just over. So he can block that, he can eat that, he can block that and take 3 down to 7. Alright, we'll concede at that point. He drew 3 removal spells out of his, like, 7-ish. We drew 1 out of our, like, 11-ish, so that's pretty much how that game went. Hazard's probably okay versus them. Glorybringer's actually pretty bad because of the Spell Quellers. I don't think these X ones are particularly good. Dual Shot doesn't do much. Beaumont Courier doesn't do much because of Fraben Inspector. I don't really have anything else I want to bring in, though. I guess this is better. A Spell Queller is definitely good. Fraben's definitely good. All the removal spells are great. The bigger life, the Regal Cat's actually pretty good. It's a good sideboard card if you have white mana. No, I have 3 Hazards in the main, 1 in the side right now. I don't think I like the 1 in the side, but I'm testing it out. Can't keep that versus them. This hand's much better, even though it's obviously still very, very bad. This hand we have to hit. I don't know what we need to win with this. Can't mulligan this one though. Again, I wish these scavenging grounds were just mountains. I always wish they were just mountains. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to take the scavenging grounds out of the decks and put just mountains in. Oh, you're not a land, so you go to the bottom. It's a pretty standard issue, by the way, for me, just wishing that these scavenging grounds were just always basic lands. Great. Do not think Authority to Council is good. I don't think it's going to do much to change this game at all. If I hit lands and he doesn't have 40,000 Spell Quellers, I expect to win. If I don't hit lands, I expect to lose. I mean, he's playing a red deck that doesn't require any skill to really play. I'm not sure that me showing up affects whether he wins or not. If he gets to right draws, he wins. If he doesn't get to right draw, he loses. And we just didn't hit lands. We had a scratch to the bottom, and this is now turn 4. So that means we've missed with 4 draw steps. Not really going to win like that. Now we've missed on the 5th draw step. We have 24 lands on our deck, so it's getting rather unlucky. Hey, thanks for the host, Mac. How was your stream tonight? I saw that you were playing Legacy. I think Candio's lost his damn mind, but that's beside the point. It really just doesn't beat red. There's nothing that deck can do to beat red. That's nice. I logged on super late tonight, so I've not really got to check out much of anything. Sure. Nice. 30 people is solid. Solid AF. Very, very nice, man. I'm glad you had a great night. Legacy is definitely my Jiminy Jam. Eh. Hold the other one because of Spell Quellers. I've seen the PT. Oh, no, I have not seen him put Gates back in, but Gates is bad. Like, you don't want Gates in that deck at all. Sure. Oh yes, I've saw without gates. It's better, but it's still not favored versus red. Like he went 3-5 at the PT or something with it, and like his two teammates that did the best only went 6-4 each. Sure would like to hit lands. Had 2 lands on our opening draw, and we scryed, so we've had 7 draw steps and hit 1 land when there's 24 in the deck. Probably can't win like that. I didn't abrade this pre-combat because there's some chance he just plays like another Avacyn. I technically lose damage because I didn't, but not that worried about it. Yeah, I thought there was some chance that he plays another Avacyn. Goodbye, little Earthshaker. Man, I think you should log back on stream. Somebody should give me donuts. But I appreciate the host. Man, I want donuts so bad now. I'm on a diet, so I needs the donuts. I need them in my body, man. I assume I just have no outs from here. Sup, boot? Like, he has to have counter spells or something at this point. Well, we finally hit a land. Take care, man. Finally hit a land. Yeah. Land technically doesn't do anything for me. If he plays a Spell Queller, he can kill my dude, but that's fine. I don't care if my things flip. Yeah, I don't care if he kills my things, I don't think. I think he has a Spell Queller. Well. Alright. Might as well try. He has a Spell Queller, at least the Spell Queller dies, right? As a Spell Queller, at least the Spell Queller dies. Sure. If he's got a 3rd Archangel, I get wrecked, but... Oh. He's got a 3rd Archangel. I guess we just lose. Onward. Don't feel like I've gotten to play much Magic tonight. Again, it's been a pretty constant theme over the last 3 nights. I can't draw lands. I literally went from 22 lands up to 23, and now I just can't draw lands anymore. Round one we didn't draw lands. This game we didn't draw lands, and we actually missed land drops in match two. But luckily our opponent mulliganed to 5 and 4, and it didn't matter. But like, had he kept 7 cards, I don't think we would have won round two either. Not sure how I can actually add more lands to my deck, yet my deck get less consistent on lands. Really think the Scavenging Ground should be a mountain, but I don't think a mountain would have affected that game. My favorite donuts? Probably cherry-filled glazed donuts. I think this little card's bad luck. I have this deck in my deck for today, as my paper deck for today as well. I think it's just bad luck. Yeah, it's part of Moto, it's part of Magic, but when it happens multiple days in a row, it's a little bit tilting. And when it happens after you added more lands to your deck because you thought you were land light to begin with, it's even a little more tilting, but that's fine. I'm not really worried about it. I shouldn't be whining about it. We had sideboarded into 24th land on almost every game tonight as well. So he's going to be playing either Teamer or Black-Green if he plays an Everhub typically. Or it could be Blue-Red, I guess. He tanked and then didn't play a spell on his turn. Does that mean he's got a sensor or something? I guess I don't care if he has a sensor. Not going to win not casting it. If it's a Harness Lightning or a Braid, he loses his red mana. Oh, he's not even, he's playing a Brew. That's kind of sweet. I think Spirits are pretty cool right now. Kind of like Spirits a pretty decent amount right now. Guess I played the Desert first, even though he could have Gideon, so holding the Desert's useful, but he could also have Heretic Cathar. I played a Soulscour Mage to try to get him to use a Spell Queller. Well, I failed at that too. I fell at life today. I'm just not going to let him block. I'm going to use the Braid on this thing. If he has a Spell Queller, it doesn't. All he does is counterspell to a Braid. He still can't kill anything. Well, he can kill this, but with a double block, but he gets to eat something in the process. I'm fine with that. Oh, well, he's got a Selfless Spirit, but Selfless Spirit doesn't stop a Braid. What does this one? That creature becomes a copy. Okay. That's kind of cool. That card's kind of cool. He's going to combine block and let me kill one of his dudes. I'm fine with that. I have a 1/3, baby. Oh wait, I already had a 1/3. Now it's more mana efficient. Go ahead and try to use this. Kind of hope he has a Spell Queller. Sure. Attack for 1,000,000 this turn is kind of sweet. If they don't have a second white mana right now, so they can't Avacyn. Declaration Stone. Don't hate that. Was our lucky card. So we got 2 blue if he's got a sensor, whatever. Go Rattle Chain Mystic. It doesn't say Mystic. Rattle Chain Mystic's the mana producer. He has a second red now. Oh, or sorry, a second white. I can't even talk to that. Let's see how badly we get wrecked. Guess I'll play this one. Hold the desert. Maybe he'll make a weird block or something. Actually, holding the desert's stupid because if I draw the red desert, I'm not lethal now. Wow, that was bad of me. Was bad of me. What do we got coming down this time? Stasis Snare. Alright. Now we've drawn 9 land and 16 cards, by the way. I have about 1,000,000 haste threats, so. Alright. Opponent concedes. Weird. Okay. Well. These seem decent here. They get the rattle chains and they can get Selfless Spirit. Just all of this stuff seems pretty good. Use the Fraven Inspector deck. I generally always take out my 8x ones versus Fraven Inspectors. That might be a little bit too much, but I've just never been a fan of them. Cutting a Hazoret doesn't feel very right here, does it? I think I'd rather have a Hazoret than a Crasher. I don't really think I'm an aggro deck. That's the first time I've ever saw that card flashed into play. That was pretty sweet. Sorry, I didn't see your message, James. But yeah, you have to get a 6/6 Angel to even have a chance, and then even then you don't always have a chance. Like, we can beat a 6/6 Angel. But the biggest reason that I don't think the Gate deck even has a chance anymore, do not think this card's good. Am I wrong? Like, the odds of having it in your opening hand are below 50%, even if you're running the entire 4 copies. And I don't think you should dedicate 4 copies of that card to your deck because it's bad in every other match. But what do I know? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that card's good. But yeah, but what James was saying is the main reason that I think that deck is so bad versus red is literally all of these decks run 4 Braids now. They're all playing 4 Braids main. What in the world are you? Alright. Want to kill this, so I'm hoping he double blocks. Or killing this could just be dumb. Who knows? If he doesn't double block, I'm willing to kill this. Okay. Don't want to play the Crasher right now. I could have cast a Crasher that turn, but kind of feel like his deck may be a Fumigate deck. And the Crasher has a lot of power for later in the game. Well, now that I've drawn that, I'm just going to attack. He might play a Spell Queller or something that can block. Could have played the Sand Strangler post-combat, but then if he had a Spell Queller, I couldn't have attacked. Yes, bae. I've been attacking for multiple turns, still 20 life. This card's very good versus me. I don't deny it, it's just the odds of drawing it are so low. Really? That's the one you choose? That's odd to me as well. It attacks for 1 more damage, but it's a lot easier to deal with. Alright. We have been spelled and quelled. That doesn't work, buddy. We still have the Soscar Mage in play. That sounded awfully rude when I said that doesn't work, buddy. I did not mean that to be rude when I said that. Did not mean that to be rude at all. Now I feel like a jerk. I'm glad he couldn't hear me. Yeah, I did not mean to sound like a jerk. I'm glad I wasn't at a paper table. Could have Avacyn here. My back's actually killing me tonight too. I think it's worth playing the Crash Copper this turn. There's a good chance the collective distance can steal this game, providing no wrath. Oh wow. If you played that, that's some solid business for us. Oh wow. I missed a point of damage because I'm stupid. I was going by too fast, and this actually could end up costing us the game. I was lethal, but I was going too fast. I did the math in my head, but I'd forgot that the Ragavan gave him a life. But still, pretty bad mistake by me. Anyway, we've got the 2 deserts, so probably not enough. Like, we can beat a Fumigate. We probably can't beat a Fumigate. Not without getting incredibly lucky. I guess it just puts him at 7, and we have 8 damage. Or, well, I guess we have more than 8. We have 9, technically, but I was saying 8. Yep, that was a pretty bad mistake. I'm back. Oh, you come back just in time to see me make a bad mistake. Just in time to see me make a bad mistake. Thanks, man. I'm just playing. And sausage rolls. I hate you. I'm on a diet right now. I'm not allowed to have that stuff. I got a new picture to put up, though. Where's it at? There we go. How do I make this small enough to put somewhere? Okay, can I really not make this smaller? What? What's that do? Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. Stop it. There we go. I can't make this picture any smaller. I am disappointed. I like how I didn't even pull up the right picture, by the way. This is the right picture. Alright. Now it's like I have a webcam, guys. We can all pretend. Like how I drew a little neck beard on him? Because I have a little neck beard in real life? Man, I don't know how to use that OBS stuff. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. I'm lucky I can turn a computer on. I'm gonna close it anyway. I just had it up as just pulled it up for a second as a joke. But yeah, this is me in real life. I look exactly like Jabba the Hutt, but I have this sweet neck beard. I have this sweet neck beard. Anyway, I'll go ahead and close it. I do believe when I actually get an overlay, which I think we're going to work on next Sunday, not this Sunday coming, but the Sunday after that, I think is when we're going to work on it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put the Jabba the picture with a neck beard up. Alright, well, let's see if we win a pity chest. We're on the draw, and this hand's not good enough. Well, it's better than this hand, though. Casual mulligan to 5, minimum. At least he went to 6. Alright, this hand's good. All we need is a couple of lands and a couple of removal spells, and we're pretty happy. I like how I say I need a couple of lands, but I'm putting a land on bottom. He also mulligan to the bottom. Just use a PDR. Just do a Paulo Victor Domino Rosa? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, where he mulliganed a bunch into PT. Gotcha. Sorry, well, thank you, Carl Zev. You're exactly what I wanted to draw. I mean, this is a good hand. I just have to hit a removal spell, and it's probably pretty decent. He's got 6 cards in his hand, though. I feel like literal years behind. Well, I have 5 2-mana ways to kill a gifted Etherborn. Etherborn? I don't know how you say it. I have 5 2-mana ways to deal with it. Oh, sweet. Well, he just drew a second, so better find them. That's not one of them. Yeah, I got rid of a Hazard. I don't think it does anything. Probably going to regret that in a little while. Oh, and a Kalitas? Well, we have 2 ways to kill the Kalitas. That's not one of them. We have this, and we have 2 instant speed removal spells. Let's see if he'll make some kind of weird bad block and get crushed. I think he's the mono Death Touch Lifelink deck. I saw this deck a lot a while back. Alright, well that's a little disappointing. Definitely feel like I have to kill this thing. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the Effer thingy. But yeah, attacking with the Kenro is probably real bad there. Oh, now he's got a Gideon. Alright. Untapped land and we can kill the Gideon? Could have killed the Gideon anyway if I wasn't dumb. So neither of those guys block, and I just send 4 at each. So there's no reason to send this at Gideon. Gideon, them. They have a Shambling Vince in play too, so this is still like going to be pretty hard. I can still draw 2 of my collective. Oh wow, another gifted Etherborn? Wow. Getting worse for me. He attacks, so now a Cropper's even a good draw. That is none of those things. Collective Defiance would have crushed there. My Kenras don't really do a lot, so I would rather them be 4/4s that can come back. Well, those can't block. I'm willing to trade this for his 2/3. I don't have that many removal spells in my deck anyway. That's fine by me. The 4th Efferborn. Yeah, don't really know how I beat things like that. Yeah. And a Sorin. And he kills this. So that means I can't kill Sorin next turn, no matter what. Just pretty insane. This game's not going great. kind of need him to brick a turn. Oh, that's not bricking at all. That's hitting a Kalidas. That's not bricking at all, friends. I think we could have won this game probably if we had 2 random extra cards. So what's he doing? He's played a Never? It took him that long to play a Never? And now he's attacking. That attack seems suspect to me. I guess he can attack for a bunch. He's got like 7. He top decked another Sorin when we killed a Sorin? Okay, that's not a Sorin. That's game. That was a good draw. Well, we don't have Kalatos, which is one of the cards that we really need for a match like this. We do have these things that aren't particularly good. We do have these things that aren't particularly good. We do have these things that aren't particularly good. I think we just lack the general gist of the things. We get rid of the Falconrath Gorgers. I didn't really see anything to use shocks on either. Alright, I'll take you over another shot. This is a match that I really need Deshandras. Drawing all 4 of the little Death Touchers pretty solid though, especially versus a bad draw. Well, we have 24 lands in our deck, so theoretically we'll draw a land. I've seen this deck a few times before. I've not played versus it with Mono Red, but I played versus it with Teamer a bunch. I felt like I couldn't lose with Teamer. These random turn 1 pauses are the oddest pauses ever to me. No, he didn't have a Fatal Push. They have Fumigates and stuff as well. Oh, nope. We need to draw one of our 5 ways to remove that. I think I'm fine using this here. Leaves me with less answers to Kalatos, but I don't think I beat him in the lone game anyway, so I think I need to try to beat him as early as possible. I just kind of want to play on curve right now. That was a good one. He gets to gain 4 more life next turn. But we have another Collective Defiance in the deck, and we have Glorybringers in the deck, so don't really care if he does that. Also, all he does is get to like eat a Sand Strangler for a bunch of damage. So if he plays it, he goes to 15. Back to 6 for killing the Sand Strangler. Or he could play it and just like prevent 5 and then have a Wrath of God for the following turn. Draw a Glorybringer here too. Cropper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can put him at 5. Or I can see if he makes a mistake on the following turn, I guess. Might be able to play 2 spells on the following turn. Don't really care if he kills the Sand Strangler because, like I said, I think he's a Fumigate deck. I only lose 1 less damage like this too, and I think it gives him more of a chance to make a mistake. We drew the sideboard Hazoret. We know it's the sideboard one because we put a weird art one in so we could see how often we draw it. Yeah, well, Walking Ballista doesn't do anything. That means he probably has Grasp. Yep, probably has Grasp. Fine with that. So he takes 2 down to 4. He needs a good draw step. Don't think a random 5th land's a good draw step. Yeah, I guess it could be. He could be on Archangel Avacyn. If he's on Archangel Avacyn, he can block, take 1. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We'll save the Cropper for another turn, like post-draft or whatever. We have the Desert we can throw on him this turn anyway. Cast out. Alright, I guess we'll just throw the Desert at him and hope he doesn't have a Linvala then. He'd had to draw a land though, because he missed a land. Sure, that doesn't change anything. Could have Blessed Alliance. Sure. Go ahead and kill that thing. Guess he was Dobbs anyway. I didn't really have to. Well, I had to show him the braid to get to 1 point of damage. Well, he didn't draw particularly well in our sideboard plan. We drew pretty well. Alright. I don't think I want any of these other cards. Beaumont's not great, but it can cycle in the mid game. Maybe After Spear Harvester is better than it. I'm not sure. We already have like tons of like 3-drops though. Beaumonts just aren't great, especially on the draw. The Shock's really bad as well though. Like, yeah, I'm just not set up for this match. Anyway, And we have to mulligan again. We keep it, but it's not good. Hopefully no removal spell. They're pausing, so definitely a removal spell. Sure. Alright. Land to have a chance, friends. Land to have a chance. Strike one on the land plan. If he plays a Cletus, we probably need to draw a Collective Defiance. Can't attack because of the shambling. I'm just going to keep playing into Fumigate. I don't really care. Like, our out to literally just draw lands and hope it's good enough here. We don't have anything else. Can't attack though because he's got the shambling vent. Don't care about this card. If we had our lands, we already have an answer for it. Well, that's a good one, actually. That's a good one as well. Wow, he milled himself. Well, the Collective Defiance lets me attack. Guess this lets me attack too. What do you have, friend? So this thing's gonna flip if I let him block with this. Don't care if he kills my guy. Attacked with 3 things because if he had 1 removal spell, 2 wasn't enough. I assume he can kill my Cropper or my Kenra, whichever he chooses. Pretty much we have to draw land though. Again, as anybody who's watched my stream, I'm constantly needing more lands. I just do not draw lands. That was turn 6, and we scribed to the bottom, so that was 7 draw steps. And we've only found 1 land in 7 with 24 in our deck. That's pretty mathematically improbable. Mr. George, I am doing page 3, I believe. Especially if you are. Well, I mean, I've sideboarded in a 24th main. What is sleep, my friend? I have a 24th land in the deck right now. All of these games, I pretty much have a 24th land in the deck. Stop drawing Fraben Inspectors. I would argue that's your best card in this spot. Did your cards come in? That's really nice if your cards came in. Alright, well, I guess we'll just kill this thing. Makes our shock look real dumb now. But we didn't know we were going to draw one of our 2 Cleft of Defiances. We have more shocks and more of the 3 damage spells than the 2. Attacking doesn't do anything because he's got a life thingy. Man, your mail runs awfully early. Ours doesn't come till like 11. You should have told me what you needed last night. I could have probably loaned it to you or found it for you. By the way, Mr. Local Dope, Mr. James, I'm guessing George Morgan's on red. Come get him. I can still win if I draw what I need. I don't ever sleep. I guess he could have a removal spell, but like literally these things don't do anything anyway. Jesus. Mine comes anywhere from like 10 to 2. That's fine. Like I said, he could have it, but the cards are absolutely irrelevant anyway. Alright, that's turn 9. So that's 9 draw steps to find 1 land so far. I drew 3 1-drops when I'd sideboarded 8 of them out. Okay. You do know that zombies, even with all the stuff that we're playing in our zombies decks, is still only 50-50 versus mono red, right? Like, we're still not a favorite versus mono red. He's got 2 cards in hand, so I'm assuming the game's just over. Like, if you lose the dice roll and they draw even above average, you still just lose. GG, friend. Alright, well, I got smashed. I have absolutely no idea who's streaming, and I don't have my cell phone on me, so I guess we'll have to go look together. Because I'm gonna host somebody. I always host somebody. Probably be Sam if Sam's on. I don't know if Sam's on right now though. Yeah, Sam's on. Simic Eldrazi. Or Mono White Eldrazi. Alright. Sam gets our business. Hey, Canister. You just missed us, man. /host. Samball49. Thanks for stopping by, though. Thanks, George. Actually, I'll message you on Facebook in a second, George. Thanks for everybody who come by tonight. I know there's some new people. Thanks for coming by as well, Dodo and James and George and Knight and Booted and Mac and Mac and Canister. And for anybody that's new that came from the host we got earlier, if you look down below, there is a link to my Twitter, and on my Twitter, every time I go live, and all of the decks I post are there. But anyway, take care. Go watch Sam. Sam's good folk.